Guys, so your first video on oceans, here it is, ta-da! Alright, so oceans cover about 71% of Earth's surface. I know we previously talked about 71% being all water, but all water is a little bit more than that. It's not actually 75, it's just a little bit more than 71. There are 5 oceans that are right there. The first one you can put down is the Atlantic Ocean. Then the Pacific Ocean, your Southern Ocean, Indian Ocean, and Arctic Ocean. Now you might see 6 different oceans on here. That's because the Pacific is so big we actually have to do it twice. So that is why. The smallest one is the Arctic Ocean, and the largest one is the Pacific Ocean, and the newest one is the Southern Ocean. We made that a different ocean back in I think 2000. We are not going to make a bar graph now on the back of the sheet, so don't worry about it. We're going to do those 2 bar graphs later on depth and also biggest. Just know that the Pacific is the biggest and also the deepest. The average depth of all of the oceans is 3.3 kilometers, so that's pretty deep. What is the depth of sea level? That is 0 kilometers because sea level actually means, you know, it's right at sea level. So that's where the water is. So it's 0 kilometers deep. How did oceans form? We kind of know this. Billions of years ago, volcanoes gave off water vapor, which cooled and condensed into clouds, and then it rained for a long time. Alright, salinity is the amount of dissolved solids that are in the water. Salts added to the ocean due to erosion of rivers and streams. If it's fresh water, there's no salt. And then if it's brackish, that just means there's some salt. So where will you find saltier water? If you go to the beach, maybe sometimes it's a little bit salty than normal. Saltier ocean water is actually hotter. It's in hotter and drier climates because there's more evaporation, meaning there's less water but more salt. If the water is not as salty, that means that it's cooler because there's not as much evaporation. Higher salinity if there is little movement of the water too, so no currents to mix the water up. So make sure you get those down. Alright, what is the main ocean salt? There's 2 elements. It's chlorine and sodium, and 14% of other things, mostly magnesium and stuff like that. So the main salt is NaCl, which is sodium chloride, which is what we use for table salt. And you can look at that pie graph if you want to. And we already talked about kind of that the salinity varies because we have, you know, drier climates, and we also have cooler climates and hotter climates and things like that. So an average of that is 3.5 is the average salinity of our ocean water. So this is the temperature zone, so we're almost done with our notes. What this is telling you is that as you get deeper and deeper with the water, the cooler it's going to get. So it's actually going to decrease. Sea surface temperatures, of course, they vary with the season. So if it's winter outside, the water is going to be colder. If it's summer, it's going to be warmer. And if you get closer to the equator, it's going to get warmer because you're getting closer to that, you know, equator, and it's more direct sunlight, so it makes it actually a lot warmer. The water ranges from 1 degree Celsius to 24 degrees Celsius, depending on where you are. All right, and you can look at these questions if you want to, blah, blah, blah. And here's some stuff from last unit. Some more stuff from last unit. And some stuff from this unit. And the largest ocean is the Pacific. Oh, I thought we were done. No, we're not. We're not looking at that. And we're done. Okay. Make sure that you get your notes done, and also the back side of your notes with that brain pop thing that we did in class on Friday too. Have a great weekend, and I will see you on Monday.